Blitz On 2, sponsored by Roper Hospital, Denton's Shipyard, Physicians Foot Care, and Steamed Enterprises.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Blitz On 2. Thank you for staying with us.
All right.
It's not even been that long of a night yet. All right, week 7 of the high school football season, the second week of region play around the Low Country.
Yeah, we had some close games, which is something we haven't seen a lot this season. And as always, here's a quick idea of what's going around town tonight besides that laughter. Berkeley at Goose Creek, a big-time rivalry game, 2 strong programs. Stags are 1-0 in region play, 1 loss on the season. Also, Coach Robinson and Winstead are good friends, as we know. Best buddies, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, it's a good time. Also tonight, Wando and Stratford, a matchup that could give us a better idea of how these two teams look this year, both with similar seasons. It was a pretty interesting game. And of course, our Blitz on 2 game of the week, Battle of the Ashleys, Ashley Ridge hosting West Ashley. And Ashley Ridge, we'll get right to it. They're hosting, of course, like we said, the Wildcats looking for some revenge. And after this big interception by Ashley Ridge's Tyler Collins, he's going to run it back a ways, finally slides down. The Swamp Foxes make their way down the field. That drive ends like this. A short run by Troy Grant puts the Swamp Foxes ahead at their own place. Then West Ashley answers right back not long after with this run in, tying the game up. Then we've got some more turnovers. An interception by Brandon Mungan of the Wildcats after a little tricky play right there.
Yeah, tricky doesn't always equal fun.
It's not always a good at the end, but it led to a field goal attempt. The short pass by Ashley Ridge's Matt Duncan to Troy Grant leads to big yards and his second touchdown of the night, putting Swamp Foxes ahead 14-7 at the end of the half. Ashley Ridge gets some revenge over the Wildcats with their 23-21 win.
And Wando trying to get back to winning ways after a blowout loss to Berkeley last week, and one-on-ones to Dylan McCarthy will sure help in doing that. The jump ball machine sets up the Warriors in the red zone, but the very next play, Braden Pritchard is going to put a little too much air on this one. It's picked by Cade Brunson, and he brings it back nearly all the way to midfield. However, the Knights couldn't do anything with that possession, so Brunson turns into Bill Murray and says, fine, Groundhog Day it is. Second interception within 2 minutes of one another, but the Warriors' defense would be the theme of the game on this night. Hampton Walker is going to get the takedown sack here on Josh Davis, bringing him back in the backfield. And he kind of looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame with the shoulder pad, but his homie helps him out there, brings it back down. He's like, I got you. But right before the half, we go under a minute. Josh Davis to Taylor is going to pretty ball that he squeezes right in that window for the lead, but it would be Wando that would put on the offense in the second half and take the low-scoring affair. 15-7 was the final game.
Goose Creek hosting Berkeley. Again, like we said, it's a rivalry game. Both teams 1-0 in region play, and early on the tone was set. Goose Creek driving down, or on a third down, Manny Mukwamu to Damon Muzan. It's broken up, but there's a flag, so the Stags are called on pass interference. They were not happy about that one. So then Mukwamu makes it happen with his feet, breaks through the Stags defense, goes way downfield, getting his team down there before being brought down by a host of defenders, and that gave the Gators a chance for this beauty. Mukwamu to Muzan. Goes up and gets it in nice coverage, but the Gators are fired up. They lead 7-0 early in the first quarter. And really, the first part of this game was all Goose Creek. Right at the end of the first quarter, it's Mukwamu scrambles, finally finds, after all of the chaos, because I kind of lost it there for a little bit, Alex Valdez in the end zone. It's 14-0 Goose Creek. That was the score at the end of the first half. Didn't tell the story of the game, really. Berkeley stayed in a little bit, but Goose Creek kind of dominated 35-27.
Somerville playing host to Stull, who notched their first win in years last week, but they'd be the one after this one like this. Remember winning? This was the KJ Rollins show, but for the sake of this highlight, let's mispronounce it and call him Rollins. I'm pretty sure his parents will love that because he was doing a whole lot of rolling. Wacky waving, inflatable arm waving, 2-man celebration there too. The Warriors on the following possession march down the field only to be undone by a Luke Taylor sack, and the ball is out, and big old Xavier Davis recovers. But if Big Sean can bounce back, so can the Warriors. James Levine is going to get the screen pass here, and he works his way in for the score. And after he does that, he's a fan of none other than Campbell's Chunky Soup, and he shows it with the celebration. 7-6 ball game after the missed PAT, but not before we go back to the man who is not to be confused with the Harry Potter author, KJ Rollins again. This one from about 35 yards out, untouched, and afterwards he gets into landscaping. The Green Wave and Rollins roll 54-27.
Tonight, Cane Bay playing James Island Trojans in the first quarter action. We'll get right to it. Gunnar Nistad drops back, picked off by Devin London, takes it all the way back to the house for 6 points. Cane Bay with a nice early lead. The Trojans did get on the board, though. They're not going to not score. Then this touchdown connection from Nistad to Jaden Scott makes up for himself a little bit, cutting into the Cobras' lead. But Cane Bay offense answers with his quarterback rollout. Makai Francis finds Robbie Pruitt for another touchdown. Cane Bay got close on this one, but they hang on to beat James Island 27-24.
And Buford, they beat Bluffton 35-24 and Camden County, they dominated Colleton County 49-12.
That is it for the first part of our show. We're going to take a quick break from highlights, but we will be right back with plenty more to talk about. Starting with a 3A Region 8 matchup between Hanahan and Academic Magnet, that is next on the Blitz.